And we're back.
And we're back.
It's me. It's that MATT rolling again with my broski.
What's going on, guys? Huge pop here. What's going on? How's it going, Matt?
Just sharing it to Discord for all those that forgot about us over the week we lost or the week we took off.
Gotta have some mental health days, man.
Oh, for sure. I think after Elimination Chamber, they're gonna need, they must be taking a lot of mental health days after the Royal Rumble because.
Yeah. It's one of those things, Matt and I were talking. It's one of those things, last Monday before the Royal Rumble, Raw's, in my opinion, wasn't great. And, you get through the Royal Rumble and all that good stuff happened. And, we come to Monday Night Raw before the Elimination Chamber. And as a fan, you're expecting all kinds of great things to happen. And I'm so sorry. In my opinion, nothing great happened. I mean, there were some high spots, don't get me wrong, but nothing set anything, in my opinion, up any more than it was already set up, we got some new gear, new accolade, not what do you want to call it? The new
Hey, I think this makes me a wrestling fan.
Well,
I joke. No, my new new merch. Not new merch, but new
well, you can't be a podcast or a wrestling fan without merch, right?
I mean, and speaking of merch, I think we got something cooking up, don't we?
Yeah.
Anyway. Just want to throw this on here and display it for a little bit.
There you go.
But no,
thanks for those that
I think this week the Go Home show wasn't anything really. I mean, it didn't really set anything up for Elimination Chamber.
No.
I didn't think that it really did much for any storylines. Only storyline that really helped was the Cody Rhodes angle.
I mean, Seth Rollins and the segment that Seth Rollins had with Austin Theory, that was okay. Austin Theory is getting pushed hard to be put over, and he, But like Matt said, it was not great. I mean, it started out with Sami Zayn in the ring. And everybody was like, oh, my God, Sami Zayn's in the ring. Oh, my God, he's on Raw. Woo, everything's, and then he calls out Cody Rhodes. And that promo right there, that was good stuff. Because Cody's like, dude.
They started the show off great.
Yeah.
And
Cody's like, dude, let's not talk about Roman Reigns. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about you beating Roman Reigns. Cody has all this confidence in the world. He's, Zayn's going to be in front of his home crowd, blah, blah, blah. And, he's telling Cody Rhodes is telling Sami Zayn, look, I think you can beat this guy. And you need to have that attitude. And Cody goes, do you think you can beat him? And Zayn goes, well, I don't know. And Cody goes, wait, no. You need to have the blood. Can you beat him? He goes, and Zayn goes, dude, listen, I hung out with these guys for the last 8 months. I know what he can do. I know what Reigns will do. Blah, 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 blah. This whole segment was great. And then finally, Cody Rhodes goes, you have to be true to yourself. Can you beat Roman Reigns? And Zayn says, honestly, I don't know. So we'll see.
I thought he came out and said, yes, I think I can.
Yeah, well, he said, I think I can, but then he's like, well, and so I think Zayn is confident he can main event WrestleMania. He's confident he can main event whatever. I just don't know if he's confident enough to beat Roman Reigns. And he pointed out some good stuff about Roman Reigns, what Roman Reigns has done in the last 890 some days, and But I don't know. I think I don't know. So
I mean,
that
as
segment
long,
was good.
as long as Roman loses in the next 2 to 3 months, I will be happy.
Yeah.
Because we still have after Elimination Chamber before we even go to WrestleMania. Don't we have Money in the Bank?
Yep.
So, and this is okay. I'm gonna throw this out there. We talked about the go home shows are being awful. Is it because of too many pay-per-views? Is it because you go from the high of Royal Rumble, you have 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden you're jumping into Elimination Chamber. You don't have a chance for stories to kind of unpack itself and unfold. It's just it feels rushed at this point for Elimination Chamber.
Yep. And I think maybe that's why, I hate to say this, but Elimination Chamber and Money in the Bank, I feel like those are like baby pay-per-views.
Well, we've said it since I've been hollering this since we started the podcast. Money in the Bank should not be its own pay-per-view.
No.
That Money in the Bank, those Money in the Bank matches should be the opening matches of night 1. You give the women night 2, the opener of night 2, and the men's opening night 1.
Right.
If you're gonna go 2 night WrestleManias, you need to just get rid of the Money in the Bank pay-per-view completely. You give night 1 to the men, have them start it off with that, and main event of night 1 could be the women's championship.
Right. You're right.
Then you have the women's, and then you have the women's the next night to lead it off, and then the men's, or vice versa, whichever you want to do. But I don't know. It's just.
I think the Elimination Chamber, you could do the same thing for instance, Elimination Chamber, you could do what AEW does, and on one of their Wednesdays, they have a Winner's Coming or whatever pay-per-view, or you know what I'm saying? They've done that. They've done it on a Wednesday. I'm not a fan of. I don't know. I don't see anything coming out of the Elimination Chamber that is necessary that you couldn't do on a regular show.
Well, I think you could, if you want an Elimination Chamber match, that's cool, but it doesn't have to be a whole pay-per-view on it.
Right. I agree 100%. So,
I mean,
I agree with that 100%.
I think it should be. I mean, you obviously got to stick with Mania or Rumble, Mania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. Those are the 4 you got to keep.
Yeah.
And maybe SummerSlam do an Elimination Chamber kind of deal.
Maybe.
Or a Hell in a Cell. Have a Hell in a Cell match at SummerSlam.
Right. Yep, that's possible.
And then Survivor Series. I love that they're doing War Games now.
Yep.
But at that point, it's really, like.
Right. I don't know. It just gets stale, and then we have fans bitching because, like us, why do we have some, like, are they up to like 9 or 10 pay-per-views?
Well, let's see. January was the Rumble.
Yeah.
February we got Elimination Chamber. You got March is going to be Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
April's Mania.
Yeah.
May is probably going to be Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
June, I don't know. July, I don't know.
Then you got SummerSlam.
SummerSlam in October or in August.
Hell in a Cell.
September, I don't know. September, probably Hell in a Cell.
I got Survivor Series.
Survivor Series in November.
Yeah.
I mean, you got 8, 9, 10
pay-per-views. You don't need that.
No. That's the one thing that I do enjoy, that I do think that Tony Khan is doing over on AEW that is brilliant, is you make those matches. Now, if he can just figure out how to be a long-term storyteller, he might have something going.
True.
But the guy has 40 freaking things going in like 40 different directions, and no one knows. Like, we'll get into this on Thursday too, and I'll bring this up and get Phil's. I'm sorry, we'll get someone else's opinion on it. We'll get his opinion. We'll get their opinion on it. When they come on. But for example, I'm just gonna throw this in there. I know we're supposed to be talking about Raw, but Raw sucks, so whatever. I'm going just off script here. AEW, they have a talent pool that is about as deep as the Atlantic Ocean. They have guys like Preston Vance, who you just turned heel back in November. He took his mask off, and he's been on, 2 TVs since?
Oh.
They don't know how to push people.
No, they don't.
That upsets me because Preston is a very good worker.
Yeah.
He's a very talented young man, and I think he deserves to be featured more, and he could be a very good heel.
Yeah. Yep, he could.
He doesn't need. I'm not saying you put him against MJF and let him have a title run. No, because you have the All Atlantic Championship, you have the TNT Championship, you have the Joe Mama Championship, you have the Born in East LA Championship. You got 30 different titles over in AEW, and no one defends anything.
No.
It just they carry him around like, oh look, I'm a champion.
There you go. Yeah, I agree.
It just makes no sense. It makes no sense to me at all.
Right. Yep, I agree. So you're right.
We went from having Jon Moxley, who defended his championship, his AEW championship, on a week-to-week basis last summer. He was either defending it on Dynamite or Rampage. Since MJF got it, he's defended it twice. Twice.
You know why though?
Because he's better than you, and you know it.
You know it, but it's
just very frustrating. So I'm an MJF guy too, and it kills me to have to say that.
Right. Yeah, you're right. One thing that was good about Moxley is he defended it all the time. Now we see MJF backstage doing these stupid promos or setting up these gauntlet matches to get a chance to. Then he comes out in this nasty purple ass outfit last week. Looked like a fucking clown. You ought to have had Seth Rollins' boots on from last night, and we'd have been all right. But so. Back to last night, I'll run through it real quick. Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn thing, and then they scan back to the back, and here is dumbass Corbin.
Bum-ass Corbin.
He lost his teacher because he can't win a match. He's went through 9,000 gimmicks. He needs to go back to the beginning where he was good, or get off our TV. I think I read the same thing Matt read. He made reference. I think Triple H is about done with Baron Corbin. Well, so Baron Corbin's backstage talking shit about Cody Rhodes. And the one thing you don't ever do in any kind of life is talk about people's dad, especially a deceased dad. I know I'd have lost my shit too if someone would have said something about my dad. So yeah,
our dad's alive.
And my dad's alive. Praise God. But Baron said something about his dad, and Cody snapped, and he drug his ass out to the ring, blah 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 blah, and beat the living piss out of him. for being a jackass. Thank to God somebody beat the piss out of that guy for being a jackass.
Well, I understand that that maybe MLW or Impact Wrestling might be looking for some new talent. Maybe bum ass Corbin can take his happy ass over there.
Maybe. Don't go to TNA or Impact because that show's starting to look good.
Okay, so he can take his happy ass over to MLW and actually learn how to wrestle.
There you go.
GCW, something.
GCW. No, he wouldn't last 2 seconds in the ring with Nick Gage. Shit. That
Nick
guy would
Gage
mess
would
him up.
murder him.
That group that he runs, no. You know, so then they had Becky Lynch and Bayley, you know, bidding for the last spot in that Elimination Chamber, talking mad shit about each other. Of course, Bianca Belair comes by and has this great idea that, oh, wow, we're going to have a triple threat match. And if one of you win, you get the last spot. If one of you loses, you don't. And Pierce was all about that. And so they set up the main event with that. And, of course, you know, Bianca won. So that
did nothing for that's what I'm saying. That did nothing to progress the new storylines.
You got the hottest women, Bayley and Becky Lynch, and you're gonna not have them in an elimination chamber?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that on Thursday because I don't know the exact lineup of their elimination chamber for the females, but it ought to contain one of them 2 girls.
Well,
I mean, you got, yeah. So that did nothing. I was pissed off about the end of that on the Raw. That did nothing. You know, the Judgment Day beat the Street Profits, and lo and behold, Mommy was there. What after Dominic said she wouldn't be there, she was there, and she ended up beating the shit out of Beth Phoenix and stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't know what to say. Then they had Piper. I don't know your last name. Why you're on my TV still Niven against Micah. That was stupid. I went and got a pop at that match. But I did. Huh? You there?
That was Piper Nevin and then Meacham.
That was a match. But they did one thing. I guess what they did do for Elimination Chamber maybe had one segment that set something up. Maybe 2. The segment with Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. Brock comes out. He signed a
that added a match because that's an official match now for. Yes.
So that did Lesnar, something, you know.
Yeah, Lesnar, Lashley at Elimination Chamber.
So that was something good. That, you know, that segment. It was a typical signing contract segment, which, you know, you knew there was going to be some violence. You knew there was going to be that, and it was true to form. Bobby Lashley got over this time instead of getting his ass kicked by Lesnar, so that was good. But because I'm starting to like Seth Rollins, the Miz and Seth Rollins segment was good. I
mean,
Miz needs to be off TV.
How can you not sing along with
right
with
no.
Yeah.
You know, and Miz was getting pissed off because the Daniel Bryan signs was going up, and it gets me a question. So, in your opinion, after Daniel Bryan is done with AEW, do you think he'll come back?
I think he, in the end, I think he wants to.
Yeah.
Because that's where he got his big break. You know what I mean? Like that's where he started he was the indie darling. He was, and arguably he's the best wrestler in the world of wrestling today. The best pure wrestler. And I think I would love to see him back in the WWE.
Right.
I'm not sure who he would have a feud with, but I think he's gonna slowly but surely, now that Triple H is taking control, find people filtering into the WWE more.
Right. I think you're right.
And I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen with Jay White.
Yes, that's gonna be good.
I'm not sure where he's going to end up. If he's going to end up with the WWE or with the AEW. We'll talk about that. Maybe we'll get our guests' opinion on that on Thursday.
Right.
Um,
I'm trying to pull up something I set myself. I had to play it because it was interesting to me, but I can't find it. But anyway.
No, I think it'd be really cool to see Bryan Danielson back in the WWE.
Yeah. Why are we not being able to do this? Oh. No, I seen a video. I'll send it to you. CM Punk video. And he was on a podcast and he was asked what happened at the scrum. And he shared his side about what happened, blah, 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 blah. And then he goes, what does the future look like for CM Punk? And CM Punk goes, well, I've been talking to Triple H, I've been talking to Hunter, I've been talking to Michaels, been talking to those guys, and I wouldn't be surprised if I decided I'd make a one more last run. Then there was a pause, and he goes, and if you assholes out there think I'm telling the truth, you're a bunch of marks. So I don't know what that is all about, but I have to send it to you. It was pretty good.
Well, did you see what he said about what Seth Rollins said about him?
No.
Seth Rollins point blank, because I asked him about Phil Brooks. He goes, "Listen, Phil, I'm going to talk to you right now." And he looked directly into the thing, directly into the camera, and he goes, "Stay away from the WWE. You are a cancer. We do not need you here. Nice. Stay away."
Yeah, I don't think he's coming. There's no way.
I think he's done professionally, or done as a professional wrestler.
Yeah, I would hope he doesn't come. I mean, I don't know. He would. Well, yeah.
I mean, as many injuries as he's had, and I think he right now is just a very unwelcomed individual.
Right. Yeah, I agree, 100%. So yeah, then I don't know what we missed. Seth Rollins promo. Seth Rollins with the Miz. That was cool. Well, yeah, it was just basically a not good go home show for Monday Night Raw. So I have nothing to say about that other than what we've already said. So in my opinion, that Monday Night Raw was about a C show. It wasn't good. And the thing is, I guess it was. It would have been better. They could have cut out a lot of shit if they went 2 hours. That would have been okay.
Oh, I absolutely.
But we talk about that same shit every day.
We've been.
And I don't know. That's what sucks about. I apologize for podcast fans, but you come and you watch a 3-hour show, you think you'd get more than 30 minutes of topic of conversation about what happened that night. There's some great Raws, but this Raw unfortunately sucked. And that's all I can say. It sucked. It wasn't good.
You're not wrong.
I mean, Triple H, you need to step it up.
Quite honestly, let's be honest. Like, it sucks. What sucks though is because of that, our kind of show suffers.
Yep. I mean, if you're building this,
I don't want to talk about nothing for an hour because that's essentially what we watched on Monday. Right. And I wasn't entertained. And
you could have. Triple H could have done. I mean, yeah, he's going to do it Friday also, but what's wrong with bringing Sam? If you're gonna have Sami Zayn there, you better have the bloodline of some sort there. It's great having Cody Rhodes, but shit, if you're gonna have a Sami Zayn, he's going against Roman Reigns. The bloodline should have been there, and continued adding fuel to the fire, because that's what we want to see. We want to see that, but we didn't get it, and that's a shame. But I would hope. I was hoping to before we prepared for this. I was hoping that you had some trivia or some stats of the day, but it's just.
I mean, yesterday on the 13th of February, in 1971, Tommy Dreamer was born.
There you go.
So there's that.
There's that.
I mean, that's high. That's bigger news than what I saw on the Monday Night Raw last night.
I mean, we could talk about LeBron James getting booed and him picking up a crown and putting it on his head, but I don't want to waste my video time with that guy's name in my mouth.
I mean,
so.
I could talk about in 13 days, the Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast, half of them will be in attendance on a Monday Night Raw.
Well, I hope that in 13 days they have something better than they did last night.
Well, me too.
There's a lot of people walking out.
I mean, shit, I paid 65 bones for the seats I'm in, so
65 a piece?
Yep.
Nice.
So that's why my cap for SummerSlam 65.
Okay. So SummerSlam. Huge Pop Wrestling
6 months away, but
Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast will be there.
We will be there. We will be there in full force.
Yeah, hopefully have some gear.
All three merch. All three members of the Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast will be in attendance.
Yep.
I
don't know. I know I got some stuff. That's at nighttime while Matt's sleeping. I have some stuff going on at nighttime, and Matt has access to the StreamYard, so now he can do some stuff on his own. So that's stuff so I say that to say this: the Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast is climbing up the ladder. I don't know.
I think we're heading in the right direction for sure. Baseball season's around the corner, so you might see me do some stuff on occasion with that. But we're getting. I mean, we're just doing house what's that called? House cleaning.
Yeah.
House cleaning. What's that? Whatever. We're just kind of doing some
house cleaning. Housekeeping.
Housekeeping. Yeah, we're doing some housekeeping. Because that's what you got to do in these situations.
I can tell you, if you guys are interested in indie wrestling, I wish Matt would be available for this one, but we can only go with the talent that when they can go. JT Energy. I'll be promoting more of that on Thursday probably, but JT Energy will be live on the podcast Sunday night at 8:00 Central Time. If anybody doesn't know who JT Energy is, he's the one that got Sister Abigail, the cameraman that got attacked by Bray Wyatt. So he'll be on our podcast. Are you doing anything Friday night, Matt?
Friday night, not right offhand, no. But
can you get permission to be live at, if you want to stay up that late on a Friday night? Alex Kane, the big dude that we talked about earlier.
Is he what is it? 10 o'clock our time? My time?
9 o'clock. 9 o'clock your time.
So 8 your time.
Yeah. So that's coming up.
I will let you know.
All right. I don't know. Matt, have anything coming up your way he's gonna do baseball maybe. You guys, this is what the show has to do when you have a shitty Raw. So.
Like, I'm sorry that you're suffering through this because,
So, yeah, we could be playing.
We don't play cards. We don't play Cards Against Humanity on this,
on
this channel. I'm sorry.
We don't do that. Although that was funny to watch.
It was
over that purple channel.
Oh no, we're on the purple. We're on purple.
We are. I guess
we're on purple.
Yeah, that PWC guys over there. They have a blast.
They have a lot of fun, and I think if we could, I'm not asking for a third member at all, but I think if we were to bring in a third member, it would make these kinds of shows be able full open or go for the full hour.
Matt, put it to I put it that in your. I will put that in your boat, in your thing. If I'm game for that. I think you're right. I think if we had a third member, we could talk more about other stuff and it'd be a bit of a roundtable conversation. So if you can find that third person that can commit to Tuesdays, I'm game. I don't want to make it. I want someone that wants to commit to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dummy.
Yeah.
Come on, podcast. Stupid. Yeah. No.
So,
I think I got a couple guys that I think would really help. Well, maybe.
if I'm being completely open there, like completely 100%, I think the guy, if he would start watching the product, I think John Campbell would be the perfect fit.
Yeah. Yep.
But at the same time,
hey sister.
Happy
Valentine's Day to everybody out there. Kim, happy Valentine's Day to you. Love you.
God, I can't believe I just did that. I'm such an ass. Such a dumbass. Anyway. No, there's a couple people I would love to extend and bring into the HPWP family. It will require you get a brand. I'm gonna be straight up with you. We're like Yellowstone over here. Not really, no.
No, we're not.
You need to have one of these. Be part of the HPWP. Not really.
That's what you got right here. That's what you need.
You need some gold around your waist.
So, those that want to come on the show, on Tuesday's show, you better have a belt. You got to have merch.
No, you don't.
No, just kidding. I don't know. We're just two guys having fun, so you don't have to have shit. Maybe some knowledge. Well, you don't have to have that either.
No, because I mean,
watch the show. So you know what time it is? Since it's,
are we gonna just cut to it?
Yeah. So
I got a special guest that wants to come on and say
today. So there he is. So Mr. Kennedy.
Mr. Anderson.
Sorry, Mr. Anderson. Don't hate me. But
now
we're on what episode 7, and we know you watched the show. We know you see it on TikTok. You'll see it again today, and you're gonna see it until you answer the damn text. So you're getting.
Listen. I sent you a message. Ken. Just let me know. We'll make it happen. Let me know when you're available.
If you need us to step into your ring in Minneapolis, we'll make it happen as well.
I have no problem grabbing the microphone like this. Because weighing in tonight at an absolutely freaking amazing 236.5 pounds. Hailing from Green Bay, Wisconsin, Mr. Anderson. This is it, Ken. Where you at, buddy? I'm coming for you. Anderson.
So see, Ken, that's Matt, the M-A-T-T. And the reason why he does that, Ken, is
because I love you.
Is because
I'm better than you, and you know it. I'm better than you, and you know it.
So you're going to come for the belt, Ken? Or are you going to chicken shit your way out of this one?
Oh, hey, all right, Ken, I just do voices. I do voices. I don't talk. No, I don't talk with these. I talk with this.
Peace out, Ken.